Hey there, here we go. It's your old buddy JP, otherwise known as Joe, to some of you, and I'm here to deliver on my promise to do the song that you voted for on my Facebook page poll, and in this case it's We Can Work It Out, and I'll get to that in just a minute, but I want to let you in on a little secret first, and that is I'm going to do a separate video of For What It's Worth as well. For one thing, it's a great song, and for another thing, a number of you voted for it, and I don't want to let anybody down. So I'm going to do that separately. First, I'm going to do We Can Work It Out, released by the Beatles in December of 1965, went to number one in January 1966. It's got an interesting history, some pretty neat background that I will tell you after the song. So if you want to stick around and hear a little bit of that, please do so. If you want to just hear the song, just hear the song and then check out. All right, here goes. Please sing along because I'll be listening, and I need a little help on the high notes now. Can't handle those as well I used to. So here it goes. We can work it out. Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can't go on? Why do you see it your way? Run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone. We can work it out. We can work it out. Think of what you're saying. You could get it wrong and still you think that it's alright. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight. Don't say goodbye. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. Why you see it your way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. No time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. Why you see it your way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out. We can work it out. One of the best ever written, I think. Pardon me. Yeah, you know, notice that little frog in my voice. I think I botched the chord early on in the song too. Anyway, but that happens. I mean, I don't have the memory I used to have. Anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about the song. Pardon me. It was, as I said before, released in late 65, went to number one in the United States in January of 66, I believe it is. This is the original 45, by the way. I bought this, I think, I guess I must have been 13 at the time, something like that. And it's a unique 45 from my perspective in that I believe it's the first 45 to ever feature two A sides instead of an A and a B side, which most 45s did at that time. And the reason for that is on the flip side, there's a great song as well, and it goes probably with a great riff. I mean, it was one of the first guitar riffs I ever learned. And so on. that was a John Lennon song. Primarily, he was the primary writer for that song, and he, rightly so, thought that was a great song and wanted it to be the A-side of the single that they were going to release. Paul was the primary writer of We Can Work It Out. That was his idea. He came to John with the song, and as they want to do in those days, they collaborated on the song. John wrote the middle eight, which is life is very short and there's no... You remember that anyway. But Paul wrote the rest of it. Supposedly it's about, he wrote it about a tiff that he was having with his girlfriend at the time, Jane Asher. I don't know whether that's true or not, but anyway, so they both wanted the A side. They were very competitive, which drove each of them. They said this later on in life after the Beatles broke up. It drove each of them to try to outdo the other, and that resulted in my opinion, some of the best music, the best catalog of the latter 20th century. So anyway, they couldn't agree on which would be the A-side, which would be the B-side. So as only the Beatles could do at that time, because they pretty much ruled the roost, they said, well, let's just put out a double A-side. Both sides were A. Okay, so DJs got the demo, and they went, oh, 2 A-sides, I guess we better play them both. So they did. We Can Work It Out did a little bit better in the United States, and I think perhaps worldwide, I'm not sure, than Day Tripper did. But Day Tripper was a fabulous song as well, and it did very, very well. As was their practice in those days. The Beatles did not put either of these songs on the album that they were working on at the time, which was Rubber Soul. And they did that purposely. As a marketing strategy, they wanted their fans, they wanted people to buy both their LPs and their singles and extended play or EPs, as they would often release in the UK, not so much here. The EPs would have several singles on them, and those singles would not appear on the Beatles albums. In the United States, there was a completely different story, because Capitol Records, which owned the rights to distribute the Beatles material here, took it upon themselves to repackage and recreate and create whole new albums by the Beatles. And in this case, We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper are both on the Beatles' Yesterday and Today, which was released in June of 1966 in the United States. It was not released in Great Britain. And as with earlier Capitol released records of the Beatles, Yesterday and Today is a mishmash of songs from other Beatles albums and also some of their singles, such as We Can Work It Out, Day Tripper, and Yesterday is on here as well. But also some songs from Rubber Soul, and I believe some songs from The Beatles for Sale on here as well, which is one of my favorites. But anyway, and that's enough history anyway, I think. But this is not an original record. I bought this as a repressing, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, something like that. And I also have the CD. Capitol re-released all of those and all that kind of stuff. But this is an original. This is an original 85 cents I ever spent. So I want to thank you again for voting. I want to thank you for listening to me go on and and play a little bit for you. And as I said, I'll be doing a separate video of For What It's Worth, and look for other polls, because there are a lot of songs that I love and a lot of songs that I do, and some of them not so well, but some of them I do okay. And it would be nice to get some feedback from you as to which ones you like, which ones you'd like to hear. So I will be hopefully doing some more polls, and I appreciate you following me on my page, JP McGavin Music, on Facebook. And also check out my website, jpmcgavinmusic.com. Until then, I'm signing off. Thank you. Love you all. Love, peace, and have a great day. Take it easy.